Everybody who's single or divorced isn't unhappy and miserable. That's for sure. The never married woman who responded to our polls said, good choices are out there, but they want to take their time and get the very best. Those who are divorced said that you can be alone without being lonely. I like that. Let's talk to Linda Blotchley, who counsels separated and divorced people here in the county through the Divorce Care Support Group, and Anita Leach. So welcome, ladies, to the Tea Room Spa. And we want to thank Cole Stevens Salon and Day Spa for these beautiful robes today. All right, so we're in the spa room this evening, and we just want to talk a little bit about what's coming up in the air, which is love. Okay. So let's talk to you. Tell me a little bit about your group and how it all works.
Okay, well, my group is Divorce Care, and it's a
talk to me.
It's a Christian program put out by Church Initiatives, and it's a 13-week video session and support group for those who are going through the pain of separation and divorce.
You said, say that again, the video support?
It's a video support
So tell me
group.
how that works.
Well, they have counselors and experts on a video, and they talk about different topics. We cover 13 topics, including anger, bitterness, forgiveness.
And so now this is for people who are separated?
People who are going through separation and divorce. So they can be at any place in that process.
Okay, and then you how do they get to know about you?
At the website, divorcecare.org, and this support group goes worldwide in churches.
Wow, okay,
and
excellent.
it's we have a wonderful curriculum, and we're facilitators, meaning we lead the discussion. The teaching is done on the DVDs by divorce care experts and counselors. On specific topics, and we just lead discussion.
So tell me some of the topics.
Some of the topics are the shock, what's happening to me, anger, depression.
So these are emotions.
Yes, we go through all the emotions in the beginning. We talk about loneliness. We talk about forgiveness.
That's a big one.
Moving on.
That's a big one.
We also have practical
So what do you say about forgiveness when I mean, come on, I'm divorced, and I mean, I gave all my young years, and talk to me about that.
Forgiveness is really hard for a lot of people, as it was for myself. But we have to understand what forgiveness is and what forgiveness is not. And what I learned in divorce care is that forgiveness is not just letting somebody off the hook. Forgiveness is accepting it, moving on with it. You forgiving that other person for you, not for them, not because they deserve anything or don't deserve anything, but you need to forgive them to move on. And a lot of people get stuck at that point. And when you're at that point and you cannot forgive, you're holding on to that anger and to that bitterness, and it can destroy you.
Oh, absolutely. Now, Dr. Leach, you can jump right in here,
Yes,
girlfriend.
I would. I agree with
us.
you on that. That forgiveness, it is a choice. And when you forgive, you're doing it for yourself and not for the other person. And that's something that I tell people all the time in counseling, that you're doing this for you. And as long as you're holding on to unforgiveness, that person still has power and control over you, which they don't deserve. And forgiveness is not about excusing the person for what they've done to you, but it's more for you. You're releasing them, and you're deciding that you're going to move on.
So how do I move forward? I love this topic, but how do I move towards this place of embracing the love again, you know, without because I'm missing the kissy and all of that good stuff that's going on. How do I move towards that?
Well, I think forgiveness is the place where you start. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't even happen after our 13-week course. It's a process, and I tell everybody it is a process. For me, it was a 13-year process.
Wow.
Not 13, 3-year process.
Okay. Wow. I was gonna say 13
No,
years, girl.
three-year process. And,
That's good, though. That's good, yeah.
My life changed after I approached the other woman and got to that point of forgiveness.
Wow.
It was a huge difference in my life.
Oh, okay, excellent. So you just had to embrace that place of forgiveness. I don't want to go with the other woman thing, because that could be a whole nother kind of issue. But tell me again about the bitterness. What do you think about?
Well, I think that a lot of people who go through divorce or even the death of a loved one, sometimes they go through a stage of being bitter. And but you have to make a choice that you're going to let go of all those negative emotions, because people don't realize that all those negative emotions and energy, it does have effect on you. It affects your body, it affects your energy level. So, but you got to be willing to let go of the bitterness.
So you got to make the choice. So
you got to make a choice.
If we had this bag right here, just imagine a bag, and you guys work with support groups and counseling. So I take those emotions and throw them in the bag for me, so women will know that they are at that place and how they can move forward. So what's the first thing would you throw in the basket?
In terms of the emotions? Well, probably the anger.
Anger? What would you throw?
Anger. I would throw in the bitterness.
Bitterness? Anything else?
Unforgiveness.
Unforgiveness?
Absolutely.
Anything else?
All of that, you have to reach the level of acceptance.
Right. So
can I add another thing about the forgiveness piece?
Yes.
One of the things I see with women who are going through a divorce is that they have to also forgive themselves.
Good, I like that.
They
That's
have to forgive
another thing.
themselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and they're telling me we got to go. I don't know where time has gone, but forgive yourself, then you can move on.
Yes.
Whatever your stage is in life, somebody in this community needs you to show a little love today and in this season. Just start with a hug. Let's try a hug, a smile, or a kind word. You can make a donation, volunteer in a community, or just tell somebody you love them. If you found a way to share the gift of love in this community, in this season, no matter your state of life, will you tell us about it? Will you email me at ms.deborahstearoom@gmail.com. I'll see you next time in the tea room.